Hey there, everyone. Hitesh here, back again with another Saturday Live. I hope you're doing absolutely fine, you're fit, and you're all doing absolutely a good job staying at home. And I'll wait for a minute or two so then send notification or not. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send notification, but I'll wait. I'll wait up here. So the first viewer that we got is Raju Gorai. Hey, Raju, how's it going on for you? Vanisha, hey, hi, Vanisha, how's it going on? Hi Rohit. Hi Funtime. That's a nice username, Funtime. And a lot of people are joining up. Good evening, Ashish. How are you? How are you doing? I'm doing absolutely good. Regular routine stuff, making videos. Salman Khan. You know me now. Yes, I know you. Okay, so coding or site builder for simple site. I don't like coding builders that much. We're going to pick up questions as well. You didn't answer my question on Instagram. Yes, I'll talk about that in a second. You look tired. No, I'm not. I'm just bored sitting at home. And I'm also not able to hit the workout as well. So, as I was saying, I'm not able to answer some of the questions on Instagram. I try my best to answer all of the quick questions as well. Uh, you lost so much weight. The weight is actually you never see actually how do I look because it all depends on camera. If I use a 18 millimeter lens, then I just beef it up. I look so big, and if I use a bit of a 35 millimeter of the lens, then I'm much of a regular size. I never use 50 so you're gonna realize that that's actually how I look like. But again, it's a different story about the lenses. So as I was saying, I'm not able to answer some of the questions on my Instagram as well because these questions are a bit long. You're going to realize that these are not the question which you can reply in few words or few lines. They are pretty big advice that you are looking up for me. And okay, cracking the coding interview. That's just there. I'm actually reading it, so it's not in its actual position where it should be. So yeah, how's everything going on? Hey, Ravi Ranjan Singh. It's going okay. Fine. We are testing out some new stuff as well, so we'll be doing that. And from iced tea, I've moved on to hot lemon tea. That was requirement. And we're testing out new interface for the Learn Code Online, the learner interface. I hope everybody is aware of the Learn Code Online. If not, you should be. So we are testing out new interface. I have shared it with some of my team members, not all, and they are actually loving it. It's very much cleaner, very much refreshed look. I'm pretty sure you are going to love it. Okay, the review, please, for the book. Okay, about the cracking the coding interview. I would say beginners should stay away from that book because you're going to feel so much of the less confidence by reading this book. Once you have understood the programming basics, have done a few projects, and have understood the data structures and stuff, after that, practice for even 6 months more and then pick up this book. The cracking the coding interview is not really an easy book. It's also missing out a few theoretical part which should be there in the book, but nobody talks about it because so much of the good vibes is there for this book that nobody dares to even talk a little bit bad about it. But yes, there are certain things which are missing up. I'm not saying it's a bad book; it's absolutely fantastic, but it's missing up. Effect of Thanos on IT industry. Hey Mayank, that's actually a great name. And in this entire chat, we are gonna refer to this particular thing which is going on as Thanos. And I request all of you to please refer this as Thanos because you never know. The AI is working on YouTube algorithm and it might trigger some of the stuff that I really don't want at my channel to happen. So let's call it as Thanos. Can I do internship in your company LCO? Surely, if we require something like that, I'll post that definitely 100%. First, these kinds of post actually goes on to my Instagram. I Because once I post anything on my YouTube channel, it generates so much of the traffic that it's really hard to filter out the audience and stuff. So first and foremost, these jobs and internship, or if anybody I need for my work or to support in the discussion section, I prefer to ping on Instagram first. So make sure you follow me up there if you are interested. No compulsion. Is C Sharp worth it? Uh, it depends what you really want to build with the C sharp. It's almost like a question: is Python worth it? Is JavaScript worth it? They all are. Who is the co-founder of LCO? Tell me something about it. We don't really have any founders or co-founders or CEO or CTO or directors at Learn Code Online. I refer all of them as just mere teachers, including me. My brother actually takes the position of co-founder, if you want to call it. But there is nobody like founders and co-founders and directors at Learn Code Online. We are not into a giant corporate sector backed by ventures and fundings and all of that, and corporate sectors and suits and tie. I'm just a teacher who is enjoying teaching everybody, and that's what I do. That's what I do. For for web or cross-platform apps, C sharp. For web, actually, not much of the people use C sharp. There is definitely a certain market of the .NET applications, but that's very limited to certain either the legacy application or into certain zones of India which are handling these kinds of product. But majority of the time, if you're gonna look for the sectors in Bangalore, the big corporates, they hardly choose .NET as their choice of stack. It's a very rare thing. I haven't seen it much. Maybe that might be the case, but I haven't seen it much. Xamarin definitely a little bit of traction, but C sharp I have .NET stuff. I have rarely seen that. There's a super chat by Samarth, and I request all of you guys, please, just like Samarth has, I guess the minimum threshold is 100 rupees, where all of your chat actually are visible. Otherwise, they just keep coming up and they just flow away. So if you want to just put any super chat or something, just make sure your threshold amount is there. Otherwise, just ask it regularly. I'll answer that directly. No problem. Someone says, after BCA, should a person join Capgemini for 2 years bond? Uh, that's a tricky one. First and foremost, it obviously is your personal decision whether you want to join in or not. Everybody is sitting on a different position where they are ready to join or ready to let go the offer. But one thing I would like to say for all these bulk recruiting companies is, until unless my recommendation is, until unless you are absolutely sure for what role you are joining up and you'll be actually writing some code in no matter what stack, don't join any company. Because until unless you are clear what you'll be doing actually at that company, at my company at LCO Learn Code Online, I openly say that again and again, that yes, you'll be writing tons of code, but you'll be teaching that as well, because that's what we do. You need to be very clear that what you'll be doing. There are chances that in these companies sometimes you get onto some support ticket resolution or something like that, which is not really tech savvy, and for 2 years it might feel like somebody has chained you up. So again, make sure that you understand for what position you are joining up, and then it should be all good. Shubh Agarwal says, thank you. Yes, again, if anybody, again, there are some people who are watching here from Instagram as well. So make sure you put up your question here, because here I can discuss your questions much detailed and thoroughly. In the Instagram chat, I can just answer probably one or two lines. It's not possible for me to answer there. So you can ask here, free. I'm loving these tea. I was never a coffee fan. Yeah, but I like black coffee, but rarely. I prefer tea, lemon tea especially. So, how data structure help programmers? Data structure helps the programmer after a certain point. If directly I'm teaching you data types and loops and probably conditionals, and if I introduce data structure at that time, it's not going to help you. So, data structure helps you once you are ready to build a product and you want to increase the performance of the product by applying the best possible algorithm, best possible searching mechanism, sorting mechanism. Then, data structure helps you to optimize your application. But again, if you don't have an application, what you're going to do? And that is the reason why all the product based companies focus so much on the data structure, because their product is all ready and they just want to keep on optimizing it. They're not dependent on that the product needs to be launched first time in front of investors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it's so much asked in the product based company. And again, it's not like you can understand the data structure on the day one. It's not possible. How to start competitive programming? Uh, Leet Code is a pretty good website. I referred that during my time, and um, there it needs a long video to make you understand that why majority of the people are not doing good in competitive programming. In short, if I had to say, I would say that you are missing up the basic theoretical concept which you first need to understand, and and the categories of the problem that is there. It's not like any problem is going to be asked in the competitive programming. There is the official syllabus that comes up, and we'll talk about that. First, let's take this super chat by Raj Kamankar. Hi sir, what made you shift from cybersecurity to programming, and how is workout going on uh, when gyms are closed? Workout is going great. um, I think you cannot see that. It's actually a bit far away in the different room, that side. I do have my two dumbbells here, and I got my mat, and I'm doing workout, not as intense as I used to do at uh, gym, but it's going decent. What made me shift from cybersecurity to programming? The reliability of the money and couple of other things is actually more in the programming. That's what I feel. And also the community, that is the biggest reason why I moved in here. In the programming community, everybody is so friendly and so supportive to each other. They just like to hold each other's hand and pull them up. While that's a different case in the cybersecurity, the community is not very closely attached. They are having moreover kind of I'm superior than you, you are superior than me kind of a environment there. Probably I'm the only one who faced it, but I enjoy programming communities so much. And of course, on top of that, there is so much of the creativity. I can just sit here and can design my gym application right here, right at the moment with the programming skills. And I want that. I love that kind of stuff. So that's why I actually keep it that way. Okay, there's another super chat by Yogendra. Sir, I got placed in my dream company and got offer letter, but is there any chance of affecting my offer letter because of Thanos, as recession is also on the way? If you got your offer letter, I think you are 80% safe. Probably very little chances that you might get a revised salary letter, because obviously everybody is getting affected. So I think you should cooperate on that. If they revise a little bit of your salary, since it is your dream company, I think if you have got offer letter, very soon you're going to be getting your joining letter, but it might take probably 3 to 4 to 5 months even. So wait, there is nothing to be worried. If you have been selected, companies need extraordinary people who really want to work with your company or something like that. So don't worry too much. You're going to get selected. And of course, a big congratulations to you as well. I'm really happy that you got selected for your dream company. It's really a big thing. So a big congratulations to you, Yogendra. Okay, let's go up and pick up some. As I was talking about, the competitive programming. See, there is a proper syllabus which is being given by a variety of international committees, which gives you these competitive programming. And it's not like they're going to ask you any questions. The questions are of specific categories, and they're going to come up. The questions are going to come up from those categories only. So right now in the market, or in the all majority of the books, that theory is missing, because it needs an elaboration. It needs a time probably of 6 or 7 months to prepare asset like that. And then once you understand that theory and those categories, then in these categories you can prepare questions like 3 to 4 questions in each category, and that makes you a better programmer. Because if you're going just like we call it in my state in Rajasthan, that's being called as ox is going with his head down and his horns out in the market, and he's just keep on going. Don't do that in competitive programming. Make a plan that what kind of questions you want to handle, what categories of questions you want to pick up, and then go for it. Otherwise, you'll be solving probably 500 programming problems, and still you won't be feeling that I can do it, because there's no plan right now with the competitive programming. Again, we probably will talk too much on the competitive programming later on. There are pretty much experts in the market who are pretty good in competitive programming, and I think they'll do it. When is the remote internship program at LCO coming back? Um, I cannot say it much because we tried to launch a program of internship every single month to prepare some of the assets in our blog library and make it freely available without even advertisement. But the thing is, we were not getting that much of quality. Interns were doing the job, which was just mediocre. Like they were doing it just for the sake of doing it. There was no extra effort, not something like they want readers to have it something. So the quality was really low. And that's why I stopped it because it will consume a person, a resource from our office to monitor all these. That's why we left. We dropped that idea for a while and we'll come back. We'll rethink of it. We really want to do it again. But as of now, if something is compromising in the quality, I really don't want to do it. I want to take my time and put up only the quality asset and quality components on the website. Okay, book suggestion on time management and your thought on time management. Book. I will post up some photos after this live. I'll post some photos about the management books that I read, and they are pretty good. But again, as such, I'm not sure how to give some time. Uh, a lot of people you might be seeing in the comment section asking about my eyes and stuff. When you sleep less, that's what it happens. But I have no regret. I busted my to work hard, and I'll still keep doing it. I enjoy that process. Is there any tutorial for XD design? Nope, not right now. From me, not. So yeah. He doesn't reply to no one. Why SG guys? I don't know what he's saying. Tech support. Your name is tech support. Why are you asking for support from me? Uh, okay. Best language to work with database. Interesting. I think JavaScript is pretty much capable of handling any kind of database as long as I know. PHP can handle it. Yeah, these are like, there is no such best. I think almost all languages are capable of interacting with the database. And if somebody is not really that much of capable, I don't know why that language even exists. If a language cannot talk properly to any database, at least any popular database, I don't know why that language even exists. Come on, tech support. You can now stop spamming here. Other people, let them ask the question. They are meaningful here. So don't waste their time. If you want to leave, just go ahead and leave this live. You don't need to worry too much. And you can hit that like button, guys. You forgot to hit that. We're going to resume this talk again. Let's hit 150 likes first. Still just 120. You need to press that like button. We need to cross 150 first. Then we are gonna resume. Just one more. 149 is there. Just need one more. There we go. 165. That's awesome. Let's pick up more questions. Okay. Plan for this plan for this future channel. Okay. My plans for the future of this channel. I think that's what you want to say. As such, there is no plan going on with this channel from the day one. I just wanted to create a channel where I can share my thoughts, experience, can learn from it. I can learn a lot about video making process and stuff. And that's it. That's it. There was no plan that I'll post only programming videos. I'll post only design videos. There was no such thing like that. I just wanted to share what I'm doing, what I'm learning, and what I can give to you. So yeah. Somebody posted a question that says, "Do you have any website?" What the hell is learncodeonline.in if it is not a website? Okay, come on. Ashik S. Nair says, Sir, deadline for the web challenge. There is no such deadline. As quickly as you can submit it to me, I would love to have it, but don't hurry up too much. I've seen some of the very mediocre job. I have rejected them immediately. That was not even a good job. No such fun library being used. Nothing. This was not anything creative. So I rejected them. And the big thing, listen it very carefully. Very carefully, all those people who are going to be submitting projects, make sure you put down in the comment section of that video. I'll check that out frequently, almost every week. And once I find out that this is the good project, I'll share it in the README file. If you notice, there is a nice table in the README file where I'll insert your GitHub repository, your actual name, and the project link as well. And I'll share that on Instagram as well. So make sure you follow me up there. There's a super chat. It says, Sir, why do web developers choose Django over Flask when both of them serve same purpose? And what about LCO t-shirt today? First, I cannot provide t-shirt, and also I request you that right now this is the tough time. I cannot send t-shirt to anybody. The couriers and the shippings, everything is just halted down. And even if it is not halted down, I don't want any courier guy to just go out for me to deliver these t-shirt. He should be working on something else, like delivering the mask or the sanitizers. I don't want to keep him busy with my stuff that, hey, I'm giving this t-shirt to subscriber, you should provide that. That would be horrible on my side. That's why there is no t-shirt today, and I think it is right thing to do. I hope many of you do agree. If you agree, let me know in the comment section as well. Secondly, why do developers choose Django over Flask? Django is much bigger and much more stable. Not stable is not a good word here, but actually Django comes with much more feature in the Flask. So if you're building up an application and Django can handle that, why not to choose Django? Eventually from the Flask you will be moving to something more bigger. You will require more stuff like routings and admin panels and a whole bunch of other things, and that already comes up in the Django, so why not to choose Django? And also, you're going to realize that community is more active in the DJ as compared to the Flask. Yes, I call it as DJ sometime, to Django. So DJ is much more popular, and of course the resources are so much compared to Flask. So I even would recommend that if you are choosing up, choose Django instead of the Flask. And once you understand the Django, understanding the Flask is like mere a week kind of a stuff. You can do that just in a week. Okay. How much time will it take to learn Android development? How much time are you ready to give in a single day? If you're ready to give like 5 or 6 hours a day, I don't think you're going to take more than a month or two. If you are just ready to take like 2 hours or 1 hour a day, I think you're going to take like 3 to 4 months. Again, it depends. And of course, it depends on brain.exe as well. Sometimes the brain.exe is very much optimized with your past experience, and within the 2 hour you can do like 5 hours of job. But again, it all depends on a variety of factors. But on an average, I would say anybody would take 2 to 3 months to get friendly with the Android environment. That's like the decent side here. Any offer on Learn Code Online due to coronavirus, due to Thanos, due to Thanos? Um, I don't know that even if it is due to Thanos or not. But we are having a Mern Stack course, which is at a ridiculous price going on right now. And already so many people are taking advantage of it. You should definitely give it a try. If you haven't watched that, the pricing of that, you should definitely take a look. And again, we don't provide any offer throughout the year. Just tell me one thing. There's a super chat. Then I'm going to ask you a question. Nikhil says, what is the average salary of fresher for React Native MERN developer, Mumbai, Bangalore, having some freelancing experience, not big company? Now, salaries definitely in Mumbai and Bangalore sites are a bit higher because the living cost is a bit higher, because it takes even just like one bedroom. If you want to take a decent one bedroom home in Bangalore, it's going to cost you like 20K or 25K, probably more than that. So obviously you need a 35 or 40K salary easily in Bangalore. And I think in the MERN stack and React Native, you can get that. And in the MERN, if you have experience of payment gateways and stuff, I think you can easily get that. I cannot say much about the salaries because it all depends on how much the startup is making up, how much staff they are having, how much they are ready to give. But I think in the side of Bangalore, I can say at least 30 to 35K is like the bare minimum, and you'll get that easily. But as you move on to the upper side, to Mumbai or to Pune or to some other side, the salary is going to go a little bit lower because the living cost is less there. In the MP, in the UP, you're going to get much lower because the living standard is less. Again, it all depends there. But I think in the Bangalore, 35 to 40K is like the decent average that you're going to get. Okay, so as I was saying, Just answer me this one simple question. Why do you use coupons on the websites or offer? Because to reduce the price. And if I have to reduce the price of a course, I prefer to do it directly. I don't really like to everybody knows that there is a coupon on the Swiggy that says Swiggy It. So they have spent tons of money in marketing that. And do you know how they do it? They increase the price of the product and then they reduce it by the coupons. I really don't like that. I directly give the offer uh, to everybody. Oh, somebody used let me remove this guy, hide this user on my channel. So again, if you're going to use offensive words, rather I would say just go away. Why are you here? Just go. If you don't like this chat or this programming stuff that we are talking around, just don't listen, but don't use these abusive words. Let's talk about this super chat by Sirohi WebDev. How to work on intermediate to advanced part of application like testing, optimization, security, and any reference for fresher job. Now, these things that you're talking up here, they usually come up with the stuff like the team. When you work in a big team, then only it comes up like that. Because these things like testing, optimization, and security, you can usually never do it on your own alone. If you can do it, it's really, really hard. So make sure that you work in some kind of a company or a team project. That's where you learn these things. Alone or just as a freelancer project, you just learn about the building of the application, the testing, optimization, revision, security. That needs to come from a third eye. So I would recommend you to get an internship or a job, uh, anything like that in any company, and that's where you learn these things. I learned it that way. I don't know if somebody is learning from other side. When I was getting some jobs and stuff in the web dev community, I had no idea about these optimization, and even the testing was totally a new thing for me. And I learned it from the fellow mates, from the fellow companies and stuff. And that's where I first got interacted with them. In the today's date only, I still learn so much from my colleagues because they're working on so many of the other stuff. Okay, let's pick up some regular questions. Are you learning something these days since you might be getting much of time? Yes, I am learning, and definitely I'm not getting much of the time because this is like regular days for me. Sitting at home, recording videos, learning something, and working on the client project. But yes, I'm getting extra time because all the projects from the clients, even from the big companies, are all cancelled. They have said that we have given enough of the work from home to our employees. That's why we are canceling all the contract positions and jobs and stuff. We will resume it in the future, but right now they are closed. So I'm learning some new stuff. I'm preparing a few more notes for the upcoming courses and stuff. So that's what I'm doing as of now, preparing some example, because it's not like I'm coming up with these examples that I give in the videos while teaching and preparing these courses right out of my head. I think about these examples for hours, that how can I make an analogy of this particular thing which going on in the code in the real life, and I think about it sometimes even for days. Once you understand that, this is something is going on which is more relatable to the people, now I can bring in the code world. I can explain it much better, and that takes time. So that's what I do. So I took a full stack MERN bootcamp course. Hey, thank you so much. And I hope you are enjoying it. That's a fantastic course, over 153 videos. And that too with the designing your own custom database, custom front end in the React, Node, Mongo, Express, and then two different payment gateways. It's a fantastic course. You will be loving it. And 199 rupees is just less than $3. It is pretty fantastic to have such thing. And of course, I hope you will have that. Best website for free certification. Why you want a free certification? Even what's the what's the authority of that website if they are providing just free certificate? You know what? You can just go on to websites like canva.com and can design a certificate on your own. Just name it as XYZ and you can download a certificate. You can design a certificate in Photoshop as well if you want it to be for free. What's new in LCO? New in LCO is going to come up probably Wednesday. I think so. We are refreshing the entire learning interface, and that's what coming up in LCO. Course wise, yes, there are some course cooking up. There you're gonna see them very, very soon. We recently rolled out a course on the MERN stack, full stack MERN course with payment gateway integration, and that is going doing fantastic. Okay, there's an interesting question by Uday. It says material UI versus semantic UI React component library. Uh, I am not much of a big fan of the material UI. Not too much. I want shadows, a little bit shadows, not much, but a little subtleties on the shadows. I love it. In the material, everything is too much of the flat, and when everything is too much flat, I don't really like it that much. I want little shadows. Again, personal thing. Okay. GitHub action video. This reminds me, GitHub action video. We'll talk about that a bit later. One of the product which I would highly encourage you to learn is Jira. In majority of the companies, you're going to realize that there are two kind of things being used. Almost every single company. It's almost like a Git. One is the Trello. Another one is Jira. Jira is by Atlassian, and these are the software which you never. Okay, there's a super chat. Let's talk about that. Uh, Shah says React Native or DJ, which is better future and salary. I know basics of both. Which one to continue? I would recommend to continue for React Native because as of now, currently, the mobile market is skyrocketing and you will love it, and they are totally different segment. Why are you so much? If you want to concentrate on the salary wise and just want to get Django, you are going on for the Python side. React, you are going on for JavaScript side. It's time to pick one, and I think React Native and JavaScript side is going to serve you well and quickly in the job side. So my recommendation is on that side. And there's another super chat that says, I have 4 years experience in freelancer in PHP, CI, Laravel, and have good number of projects. Will this experience count as experience in companies learning MERN from LCR? 100%, 100%. This experience is going to count because the moment you sit in front of any person on the table, I've seen this hundreds of times. Every single coder who has some experience of the real project, his way of speaking, his talking attitude, his style, everything changes. It becomes so much of the confident compared to a fresher who has never worked, because there is some kind of charm that comes up automatically when you have experience. So 100% or even more, your experience is going to be counted. It's going to be absolutely there. Don't hesitate to put it on the resume that yes, I have 4 years of experience, and make sure, if possible, mention the client's work as well, that this is what I have done if they are available. But I know in the freelancing world, these clients just flip quite easily. So again, make sure you mention that. You mentioned that I have handled so many projects. At least mention the number of counts, that hey, I have handled like 5 or 10 projects during the 4 years. They were pretty complex, and I've done. And especially if you have the CI Laravel experience, it's worth it. And after learning the MERN course, I think you'll be doing fantastic in applying for any job or something. You will be doing that. Okay, so moving back, as I was saying, uh, can you do code on iPad Pro? I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that. Absolutely not. That's bad. Let me tell you the reason. I would never recommend my audience to code anything that's just in the browser, anything that's just inside application or an app, never to code on anything iPad or mobile as well. The real projects are being designed on this thing, computer, laptop, or anything like that. So make sure get as close as possible to designing the real world project that thousands of people are going to use. What you're writing in just those application, hey, this was if here, or there was a for loop here, and getting excited and stuff like that, uh, don't do that. How's your health, sir? It's better. I'm doing good now. uh, 2 times in the year my throat get bad and this was the first time. Another one is going to come up during the winters, so that's what it is. T-shirt LCO, I've just said it out. I don't want anybody to take my courier off my t-shirt and roam around in the country in this situation, so I won't be giving away any t-shirt or selling any t-shirt as of now. I think you should be that much sympathetic to the people. Like, how can you ask t-shirt and somebody to ship these things at your home at this time? Please don't do that. Okay, I'm part of your Android bootcamp, but I only know looping and if else in Java. Is it okay for bootcamp? I think it's more than enough. It's more than enough. Usually, we anyways start directly from the declaring the variables and stuff. So, regardless if you have experience or not, it doesn't really matter. We're going to start from the installation and scratch. If you know it, that's great, but we'll be starting again from scratch. That's what we do at the bootcamp. Bootcamp is very precise, and all the steps and every single day is already planned out, and our trainers and instructor need to follow that. So don't worry about that. We'll take care. Okay, after my boots, I found myself not interested in programming anymore. What should I do? There's a lot of things you can do. You can become a basketball player. That's my favorite too. You can become a designer, networking, Amazon, AWS servers. Even if you don't want to that, you can become a marketer, SEO. If nothing works for it, you can become, there's a lot more that you can do. If nothing works for you, you can become a government job. There's a lot more to do. Life doesn't is not just about programming. There's so much. And again, please don't use too much of the emojis. I usually ignore the messages which has too much of the emojis here. So I anyways just keep them scrolling because there are too much emojis, and who would like to read that? When can we expect Golang next video? Actually, I was editing one. Two videos next are ready for the Golang. I have recorded them already and I'm just editing them. Probably I'll roll it them out tomorrow or maybe on Monday. So I think two more videos are ready. I'll record more. So in the Golang series, I'm gonna keep this Golang series to go really, really far. That's what the plan as of is right now. Two more videos are ready. Just to give you a heads up update, and I'll edit them probably tomorrow. I'm tired with today, so he'll be doing that tomorrow. Okay, so please join B-Sides Ahmedabad this 24th October. Uh, I'll try. If Nikhil is ready to give a treat there, I'm all ready. If dinner is on Nikhil, I would love to join B-Sides Ahmedabad. Would love to catch up with all of you guys, but I remember I'm a bit alien now. I'm no longer into the InfoSec community. I'm more into the coding side now. But I would love to have a dinner with all of you at the B-Sides in Ahmedabad. And of course, Nikhil has to pay for it. Once Nikhil and I were planning to go for Mexico, it was almost a fixed plan, but I couldn't come up. Sir, you missed the super chat up. It didn't hang up. Okay, there's a super chat here. Please, again, as I said, just ask regular questions. Don't do this super chat of 40 rupees and something. It doesn't hang out, and I feel really bad when I miss them. So please don't do that. Hi, do you recommend any material to start Linux? I do have a series. It's not really big because people didn't took much of the interest in watching those videos. The amount of time, effort that were I was consuming in making the Linux videos, of course, hardware too, nobody was much enjoying that, so I started making the videos on Linux. But again, I think my video series is pretty good to start, and then you can download few PDFs and stuff, or you can buy some books about from the Red Hat as well. RHCSA book is pretty nice and stuff. There's another super chat. It says, "How to get a good job as a fresher? Have done internship." Your internships is not going to get you a good job. The only thing that's going to get you a job is what you have done in that internship, what productive you have done, what projects you have made. Everybody does internship. Some just grab a certificate. So right now in the company, there is absolutely zero value of your certificates and the internships and all these stuffs. They want you to be a coder, at least most companies who are actually working on the code stuff. So yeah, how to convince parents for offline training. If you cannot convince your parents right now, how are you going to convince anybody to give you internship, a job, or even anything like that? So Learn this marketing skills right from your home. If you cannot convince your parents to go for anything, how you're going to convince anybody to give a job to you? How to use proxy crawlers? No, I'm not good enough to answer the security questions, at least here. So my brother handles now the security stuffs and stuff like that. I'm totally into development, not more. I love this life. Opinions on as Microsoft buys NPM. Microsoft is going and running with the good vibes now. They didn't mess it up while having the GitHub, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be messing up when they have this NPM as well. So I think Microsoft right now is in the very good hands, and they're going to be doing absolutely fine. So you don't need to worry about NPM. Too much is dependent on them. So they won't like to F up the NPM deal. They didn't mess it up with the GitHub also. So I think that's a pride acquisition they have made, and that's all. That's all. How to become cloud engineer? You need experience of 4 to 5 years. Yes, of course. But again, not 4 to 5 years. If you can like clear up some of the AWS exams, especially the professional grade exam, they're tough. They're tough. But if you can cross them up, I think you don't need 4 or 5 years, and companies will already be hiring you. When will system design videos come? Not soon. Not soon. Too much is planned up for the system design videos. Already so much is going on that we have to do. React Native or Flutter? You can actually do both of them at learncodeonline.in. Both of the courses are available. Feel free to pick any. All of them are very affordable. And we got a team to answer all of your questions. Okay, let's pick up more questions. A few. Time required to learn stack MERN versus ML. Teach can I learn? Which one can I learn faster? I think that's what you want to say. There is no fast and slow in this one. MERN and ML, I think both are going to take equal amount of time, but comparatively, I think ML is going to take much more time compared to MERN. Uh, because you don't get definite answers in the machine learning and it varies according to data, it's not easy to learn that. But compared to that, I think MERN is much more easier. Okay. Tell something about Gatsby, Next, and Hugo. Small debriefing would be helpful. Thanks a lot for for the good stuff. Okay, probably one-liners about all of them. Let me try. Let me try. Gatsby, uh, ridiculously fast, but can be really tricky because there sometimes is unnecessary use of GraphQL, but it's ridiculously fast and too many plugins to insert. That's Gatsby. Next.js, I would say, how do I put Next.js? I would say very SEO friendly. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Very SEO friendly, and it can put a little bit load on the server because everything is rendering there, but it's a good thing for the search engines. And I don't have much experience on Hugo, so nothing on the Hugo side. I just don't want to ramble if I don't know anything. I'll just openly say I don't know this. I know about Gatsby, I know about Next because I worked on them. I have never worked on Hugo as a decent size project. That's why I won't be saying any word on that. I hope you understand that. Okay, is it important to have MacBook for uploading Flutter apps on the Apple App Store? Hmm. Last time I checked, yes, you need some kind of Mac device to upload it because sometimes you need it. But I don't think so right now they require it. You can actually go to some of your friends and borrow their laptops to just upload. Yes, I think they require you to have some kind of IDs need to be generated from the Mac system to be uploaded. Yes, I think the keys are generated, but I'm not sure. I haven't uploaded anything recently as a fresh app, and I actually all the time work on Mac, so I never thought about it. But again, I think you can learn all the stuff using Flutter or React Native, and you can borrow some of your friends. That actually a better way. GitHub video, GitHub Actions video. Continue questions. I will try to make that video very soon, uh, but it takes some time. Firebase versus SQLite. If the project is having less than 2000 For 10,000 users, I would give no break on the Firebase. It definitely can be handling that. It's not like I'm saying Firebase cannot handle a million user. It can, but it's going to rip you off in the bank. So on that side, I would say a locally hosted server on Amazon or something is better if the users are more than 10,000. I've seen Firebase getting super expensive, super expensive. And yes, for a startup, even AWS can be really, really expensive. The amount of bandwidth that we consume, just go and find out. After this live, just go onto the Amazon website and just imagine you have uh, 10 GBs, just 10 GB of data that you want to upload on the Amazon, and you want to consume the bandwidth. Don't look for the pricing for just putting the videos. Look for the pricing that you want to stream those 10 GBs of video, just 10 GB. And you know how much videos we upload on the Amazon? It's insane. Uh, Last time I checked, we are having like 53 courses on Learn Code Online, and you have no idea how much bandwidth we are consuming. Okay, so that's too long here. Almost an hour. I think we need to take a break now. Okay, so thank you so much for joining up. And that's all what we'll be doing today. Thank you so much. Make sure you do check out the pricing of the AWS bandwidth. You need to check that. And then I think you are going to respect a lot about the courses and the pricing that we are offering at Learn Code Online. And just a side note to all of you who have been watching till now as well, we do have a course running around at just 199 rupees. It's insane price. And we're going to be changing the pricing very, very soon. So go ahead, take advantage of it. That's it for this one. Keep writing amazing code. And don't forget about the competition. Make sure you submit a basketball page. That's it for this one. Love you all. Keep supporting. And make sure you follow me up on Instagram as well. We're going to have some fun on Instagram because we are just sitting around here. Bye bye. Love you all.